Eurozone retail sales rise less than forecasted. And my question to you guys is, what do you think about the euro pairs?
I hate them.
In this video, I'm going to go over a couple things that I'm looking at, specifically that Euro USD. I think I might be back for some vengeance, but we'll see how that goes out. If the trade sets up, I might actually be looking to short euro dollar again. With that said, let's go through this analysis really quick. So retail trade in the euro area increased by 0.3% from a month earlier in January, following a 1.7% drop in December and missing market expectations of 1% growth. Sales were up for food and non-food goods, while online trade and fuel sales declined firmly. On a yearly basis, trade was down 2.3%, a fourth consecutive month of contraction. So the question is recession coming to Europe? How bad is it going to be? And could this cause some euro pairs to give you some really great pricing, especially as they rise here this morning? Let's jump into some analysis. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick. If you're new to my channel, I do all sorts of trading analysis and content for you. Each day, I cover whatever's going on in the market to the best of my ability. If you enjoy my content, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's talk about this euro move recently, where we've seen an impressive rise on the euro USD. And not only that, it's at a decisive point at where we currently rest. You can see euro USD trading here at the time of making this video at 1.0678. Now, by the time we edit and get this video out to you guys on YouTube, price is likely to change and likely to look different. But my personal take on this level is we should see rejection come back in. Now, the previous time we were in this area, this acted as a very strong level of resistance, tanking the euro by several hundreds of pips, I believe. Let's see. Never mind, not several, but 115 pips from this high here down to this low before finding support. And now on the retest, you have to ask yourself, oh goodness, is this now going to completely break that level and start an upward trend for the euro? Well, remember guys, that when something is in consolidation or going sideways, you can't think too heavily on this. In my personal take, when it comes to price action, this is a level of resistance that we should see response from. Now, if we don't, then we change our plan. That's something different. But in terms of just loosely holding on to a level of resistance like this, I think we should see sellers come in this area. I think that there may be opportunity to get short Euro USD in this zone, and I'm going to go through my thought process on this, but not just on Euro Dollar. You have some other pairs like Euro Aussie, you have Euro CAD that I think we need to look into, because this Euro move is starting to get quite extended in my view, and there may be some opportunity to look for a sell side opportunity loosely. So let's get into that. I want to show you guys something first on the seasonality chart. Okay, so we're looking at seasonality here for the euro, specifically against the US dollar right now. And when we look at the last 10-year average, you can actually see that the month of March, which is the month we're in now, is historically a negative month for the euro. Not just on the 10-year average, but also in just the last 5 years, we've seen a decline during this month, which I think is really interesting. And I wanted to check to see if other euro pairs have something similar. So let's load some other ones. We can take a look here, for example, at euro yen. Euro yen has a slight negative bias when it comes to the month of March. What about Euro Swiss? We can take a look at Euro Swiss, a slight negative bias in the month of March. And we can keep going. Let's see if Euro Pound. Euro Pound is not the case. You can see the pound seems more negative in the month of March, or Euro Pound actually tends to rise. What about Euro Aussie? Euro Aussie, slightly negative in the last 10, but positive in the last 5. So a bit of conflicting or confusing data there. What about Euro NZD? Again, a bit conflicting. So I would say that overall, though, there is a slight bias to the downside when it comes to euro pairs, especially when we talk specifically about my favorite of the list, which is that euro USD trade idea. But we can go further. Let's see what retail sentiment has to say. Okay, so pulling up retail sentiment, what we can see here is that the euro specifically right now currently has a 45 to 55% ratio, meaning that as this price has risen today, we've seen retail traders getting a bit short. But not by much. We're still about 55-45, so it's not strongly biased one way or the other, but it can be useful information. Let's check some of the minor pairs and see if we can just let's do this. What we'll do is we'll add them in, and then we're just going to go euro pairs specifically. And by the way, this data that I'm looking at, guys, this retail positioning, this is completely free, available within the Edge Finder free version. If you don't already have our software tool, the free version is now available. We'll link that down below in the description, and it's also going to be a pinned comment comment down below for you guys if you'd like to try it out for yourself. Now, looking across the board, this is really interesting because the euro pairs, despite me having a slight short bias on them, we have to look at this thing full picture and see what the data tells us. And euro Aussie, euro NZD, euro pound, euro yen, euro CAD, and even euro USD, all of them, retail traders are shorting the pair. So as I look closer into this is why we use software. Even though some of the charts looked interesting to me, I actually need to be very careful that I'm not just joining the retail side of this trade, which again, showing here, a lot of retail traders are shorting the euro pairs right now. And so if anything, that's sort of a red flag. Now, Smart Money Tracker, this is also something I think we should check, see what's going on with the euro specifically. And if we filter this, let's filter just for euro really quick, see what's going on. There we go, big chart for the euro. Institutional money is pretty long euro, 76% of open contracts by non-commercial traders, according to the CFTC's COT data, showing long side bias for the euro pair. So this is actually becoming more and more sketchy now that I look at it. So at first I told you guys, euro USD looking sketchy up in this area, and I still think that there may be some sell bias at this zone, but I'm actually going to avoid jumping into a whole bunch of trades here due to the fact that, again, smart money, let's think about the full picture. Smart money is long and dumb money, for lack of a better term, is short. If we know that that is the case, this is a serious red flag to try and jump in front of a major move like this. This is how we can use data to better analyze the charts. Yes, you have a level of resistance, but we have to be careful considering that big money is very long euro, and little money or dumb money or amateur traders, they're very short the euro across very many of these currency pairs as we discussed. So that's where we get some conflicting data, which is going to keep me out of a trade. And we'll see if this actually ends up being anything, but it could save me $1 in the end if I avoid jumping into a bunch of short trades looking at the euro. Let's take a look at a few more factors and see if we can find anything of interest. When it comes to, let's see, inflation might be something to pay attention to. So if we look at inflation of Europe, inflation, we'll go just the euro quickly and see what that's looking like. So euro inflation is similar to the US, declining. It peaked in October of 2022 at 10.6% and has been on the decline since. We'll see if that continues to be the case. But again, comparing things like that to the pound as well, you have pound data still very hot. So perhaps if I was to favor the euro over something, it might be the pound. And looking specifically at the euro pound, this is an interesting setup. So perhaps there's like something where we could look for breaks and retests. If we're even considering some euro bullish trades, this would be one of the lighter ones. Like I said, I don't have enough confirmation to actually pick up trades in this. We're going over something. I think this is a good learning lesson when analyzing euro pairs. I've had a lot of people asking, what is euro NZD or what is euro pound? What are they going to do next? And this is how I would step through an analysis phase when looking at these things. So euro pound, like I said, would probably be, if I was bullish, would be the one that I'm most interested on the long side, but we'll have to see. So if we'll have to see if that continues to break out. And again, comparing economic data, it seems that the UK has a hotter inflation problem than Europe, but they're still sort of similar to the rest of the world in a tough spot when it comes to inflation data. So yes, hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. I know it was a little bit different, just going over some chart analysis and some factors that may weigh into your opinion about looking at the euro, whether or not you want to short it. And who knows, maybe by looking at some of this data, you got more insights that maybe keeps you out of, or even encourages you to do more due diligence on a particular trade that you're interested in. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful to you, and we'll see you back in the next video. Catch you next time. Before you go, make sure to check out our free Discord channel, linked down below in the description. And if you want to try out some of our products, our software tools here at A1 Trading, we have free versions available also down below in the description. Check them out for yourself down below. Also, if you enjoy our content here, we work really hard behind the scenes to bring this content to you each and every day. And if you enjoy our content, it would mean a lot to us if you hit the thumbs up button before you head out. Thanks for watching.